Alright, I wasn't expecting no three-part video here. I'll be on here 15 minutes on my walk, kill some of my time. I'm not gonna lie, it is a long walk. This is like, this walk usually takes me like about 45 minutes. And I wasn't gonna walk it initially. I was gonna get on the bike and ride down there. And then I was like, nah, I could do a video. This is perfect time, in a sense. Mainly because I could do it uninterrupted. Except for where I'm distracted, obviously it's gonna be interrupted. That's the chilling on the ground right here. Okay. He gonna be gone by the time I come back. Man selling strawberries and cherries and lemons. Like I said, a good thing about being in the city that I'm in is I get to see firsthand every time I go outside how closer, not I'm not gonna say how closer we are, but the gradual transition to what America is about to become. Yeah, it's a transition because it's been speeding up. It has been speeding up, man. I feel like this audio is gonna come out trashy because all this wind, like it was when I came outside earlier, it was 17. Sorry. Ooh, I forgot my water. Man, I'm tripping today. Really tripping. For real. I ought to go get Chinese food, some water in these stores. They probably do. Oh, I'm almost there. Forget that. There's a Dollar Tree right next door. Anyway, I threw my whole thought process on it. Man. Look at that. So I was talking about except not being interrupted except where I'm distracted. And then next thing you know, there's a homeless lady on the street blocking half the sidewalk. And not like, and then you know what's crazy about that, right? Right behind her is grass. Not wet grass, but you know, healthy green grass. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to lay in grass damn near anywhere where I go these days because people do not pick up after their dogs. That's what I have noticed. They don't care. Now don't get me wrong, I realize that poop is going to, and is also going to naturally fertilize the ground over time, but like do that in your yard, your property, your space. Fertilize your lawn. Don't do it everywhere. That's just disrespectful. Ooh, like I don't want to step in your dog droppings. I'm pretty sure other people don't want to either. Like, you know, I've stepped in so much dog doo-doo over the years, and like every time, it doesn't matter. Every time it is frustrating, especially when you don't know it's there and you're tracking it around. So if you didn't even feel the step onto it, and then you track it, and then you see the track behind you, and you're like, what? Like, I ain't gonna lie, it makes me cuss half the time. Anyways, I trailed very far away from podcasting in a sense. Well, you know, I wasn't. That wasn't really the main thing. It was like I was talking about being a part of a generation where I was not prepared to conduct business. I was not prepared to become a business owner. I was not prepared to manage a business. So I guess, like I said initially, to conduct business. Because learning a craft and perfecting that craft, as well as using your craft to provide a service, pricing that service, and, you know, making sure that you're compensated appropriately for that service. Everything in there is part of business. And how to understand not only the value of the service, but the tools necessary for that service. You know, this is all business. It's all wrapped up in there. So yeah, unfortunately, that's something that I had to come to terms with, really. When I initially was thinking about starting my own business, and this isn't some like, oh, we just started this year type of deal. This is an idea that's been in my head for a couple years, and I didn't start doing anything about it really until like a year ago. And along the way, it's like I haven't been put on. Yeah, I guess you say no one over the years put me on to, you know, I guess who to talk to, who to learn from when it comes to business in general. I don't know if, you know, this was something that was assumed I could learn in school, or even assumed that was, did anyone assume that I had an interest in it in any way? Was anyone thinking in terms of marketing the talents that I have? I would say no. I would say no. But why? Why? Because especially, and that's, you know, a question that I definitely have for them. Because as I told y'all earlier, they were second oldest of 8 kids. So obviously they had to see, or be, well, I'm not going to say see, but they had to be aware of the financial situation of the house that they were raised in. like, I would think by like, kid number 4 or 5. By the time the youngest was born, like you gotta be somewhere in an understanding uh, of money. Not necessarily, how it works back in that time of how money was working, but you had something. You know, you would have had to have some kind of awareness growing up over the years. I would say by like by the time I'm just looking back. I couldn't hear myself. That's why I had to stop. And thinking back at the age of 10, I was definitely aware of money. So that's why I say. And but I was like, you know, it was like a only child situation for me growing up. Because my brothers, they was out, they was gone. Basically, they were already out the house doing what they do. When I was about 10 years old, yeah, before then, really. Growing up for me was definitely a little different because it was a lot of just me and my mom chilling in the leisure time. When I was a toddler, coming up to my teen years, yeah. So anyway, where were we at? Where were we at? Ended up off topic. Sorry, I was in my head a little bit there. I think I'm gonna shut it down because I'm about to my destination now. So if the sound was horrible, which I wouldn't be surprised, because like I said, from the other show the other day, I'm walking down the street, busy streets, cars passing and all that. People talking in the background. So, and the wind, and the wind. Let's not forget the good old wind cooling me off. And hopefully that lasts, because when I come out of here like an hour or two later, whew, it might be a different story. So, yeah, I'm gonna end it right here, folks. But that's kind of a thing, I wanted to bring to light. And, let me know if that, what I was talking about kind of applies to you. Like, if that's something you see in your family, you're a generation where y'all were not, um, where being business minded was not what they were telling you to do growing up. They were telling you to get a job. You had to figure out what you're going to do for work. But nowhere in there was it get you a skill that you can market and open a business. All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm out. See you on the next video, fam.